So Kirk Cousins is the ultimate money pit. Like, he is the NFL's version of a bad investment, and it's bad in not just because you lose your initial investment, but you keep throwing bad money after because you're like, we feel like we're pot stuck here. Now, just fold the hand, let it go, let go of the sunk cost fallacy, and maybe the Vikings should do that. So it's clear that Kirk Cousins is not the guy. He's 32 years old. He's been in the NFL for 9 years. 9. And he still throws that Deion Jones interception. Okay. He's not changing. He is exactly what he is. A completely unreliable, can be up and down garbage time stat stuffer, constantly like a fringe top 12 quarterback. He's not the quarterback of the future. He will not take you to a Super Bowl. You will not win a Super Bowl because of him. You might win one with him. Maybe under perfect conditions, but not because of him. And it was a mistake. It was an error for the Vikings to sign him up for a 2-year, $66 million extension. Yes, I know they wanted to free up some salary cap and so they can make some moves, blah, blah, blah. But no, it was a mistake because it tethered Kirk Cousins to this team for at least one more year, probably 2. Well, it's either 0 or 2 because of the nature of his deal, which we'll get into in a sec. But how did the Vikings get out of it? So we talked the cap. We talked about the cap ramifications if the Vikings traded Kirk Cousins last week. There would be only $20 million dead against the cap, which would be the proration final 2 years of his $30 million signing bonus, and then the other team would take on his $21 million base salary as well as $35 million base salary in 2022. Ideal. That would be amazing for the Vikings, even if they had to pay some of the salary, ease that burden. Just getting anything in return would be great. Or hell, maybe they have to go full Brock Osweiler from the Texans to the Browns and actually give up more in trade compensation to get that team to take on that contract. Probably not. I think the Vikings would just straight up cut him, but probably not. But what if the Niners and the Jets, the two teams that could be in the Kirk Cousins derby, were like, nah, he's older. Plus, we've seen how he's played recently, which certainly could be a possibility. So what if the trade is off the table? Will the Vikings just straight up cut him? I mean, they might, because like we said, his 2022 salary is fully guaranteed on the third day of the new league year this year. So $35 million in 2022. You either have Kirk Cousins for 0 years or 2 years. There's no in between. So what would happen if the Vikings did cut him? Well, his 2021 base salary of $21 million is fully guaranteed right now. So he gets that no matter what, and the Vikings have to carry that onto their cap. Now, there could be some offset language in there that could save the Vikings some money if and when he signs somewhere else, but long shot, let's take that off the table. Remember, like we said, the Vikings do need to come by the third day of the new league year. Cousins already has a $31 million cap charge on the 2021 books. That's not going anywhere. Vikings already have $183.689 million in cap liabilities per over the cap. And also the 2021 salary cap could be down to 175, so that could be less than ideal, but there's always money in the banana stand, of course. Cutting Cousins would accelerate that leftover $10 million cap hit in 2022 to this year. So the Vikings could have two options. So they could carry all $41 million on the books in 2021, or they could make him a post-June 1st cut designation, which would keep $31 million cap charge in 2021 and then $10 million dead in 2022. But the problem, if the Vikings do go down this road, is that they're spending around 18% of their salary cap on a player who isn't on the team. And you can't really do much of free agency, especially at the quarterback position. You're not going to be in the Cam Newton Derby or any other key free agents, which I'm okay with. Frankly, I'm okay with stop trying to find your guy as a stopgap in free agency. But it is extremely doable with a rookie on his rookie deal. And also, it's really only 1 year of cap hamstring. So even if Vikings go 31-10 or take all 41 on the 2021 cap, it's no fuss after the next year. And if you do draft, the problem is if you draft in the teens, which the Vikings likely are at this point, and also with no second round pick, you're basically telegraphing that you're going to be in on quarterback. So let's say the Vikings end up with pick 12 or somewhere in there. So all the teams behind the Vikings know that they're in on quarterback. So if they want to be in the quarterback market or their guy is still on the board, they have to move up past the Vikings, try to leapfrog them. Plus, teams ahead of the Vikings can be like, oh, we heard from this team. They want to move up. They want to take your quarterback, blah, blah, blah. So the Vikings could be at the mercy of the deck in that spot too. So it's a lot to think about. Cutting Kirk would be a drastic measure, but if it continues to play like this, it might be worth it because it is clear that he is not the future. Maybe he's not even the present for the Vikings. And if you can't trade him, which I think is likely at this point, would it be worth it just to eat that money in 2021, draft the quarterback of the future in the first round in the draft, or maneuver, move heaven and earth, get your freaking guy, kickstart the clock in his development, start him as a rookie, and then sign a veteran backup like Tyrod Taylor, and then just go from there? So cutting Kirk would be a drastic measure, but if he continues to play like this, it might be worth it. And like we said, either Kirk is here for 0 more years or 2 more years, because you're not going to be able to do anything next in 2022 with this $35 million fully guaranteed salary. In fact, it's worse than the 21 in 2021. So what are you going to do? He's clearly not the answer. Are you going to delay the future of this team and also your chance to get the future franchise quarterback just because Kirk is here because you made a bad decision and you made a bad extension? Nah, don't make a bad situation worse by throwing good money after bad. Admit your mistake, pay the stupid tax, and move on with life, and then draft the quarterback of the future, and then hire offensive-minded head coach Eric Bieniemy, and then go win a dozen Jerome Bardys in 10 years. Do that up. But your thoughts? Cutting Kirk Cousins? Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work? Pull some of the Venmo. But until next time, Skol, production value.